Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fighter is finally going to be making his debut on the upcoming Misfits Boxing 12 card in Leeds, going against Ben Williams. Please welcome Fez Batista. Finally here on the show, right? You know, since you're making your debut, right? A lot of people will might a lot of people might be familiar with you. There's also quite a bit of people who are not familiar with who you are. How would you like to introduce yourself to the people that may not know you? Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
it
yeah.
froze.
Mhm.
It froze. It
Yeah.
froze. So yeah, I'm the original influencer boxer. I'm the first person to do this.
Mhm.
Even though I'm not in with this particular scene, I was in with a different scene completely. I got international news and stuff for my story, where I went through some bad times, and Lady Gaga's music inspired me and then motivated me to go out and chase my dream. And then I started doing anti-bullying talks officially for the World Boxing Council in 2012, 13.
Mhm.
Don Jose Suleiman gave me my certificate. May he rest in peace. He's a legendary
Mhm.
president. And I was going into schools a lot to talk about anti-bullying, and colleges and universities to speak
Mhm.
about people just being nice to each other. No matter what you look like. So I started doing that, and then my boxing. I wanted to fight because I wanted to prove that I can do something with my own life as well. So
Yeah.
I was influencing kids, and many kids were telling me they were suicidal, and I helped save a few lives and inspire kids that were depressed as well. So I was doing the influencing that side, but then also
Mhm.
boxing. So yeah, I'm the first ever original influencer boxer. Hence why I'm so happy that Mum's Taylor, KSI, and Saulan Brothers and DAZN have come together and really given people like me a home, because before I
Yeah.
didn't, because it's like, well, he's on TV, he's on all these screens, he's on the CNN and all these places, but he's not like a pure boxer. So what is this guy like? It doesn't. No boxer can just go on there unless he's like a world champion or elite something, right? So it was because my story was so important that I got international press and I got fans and supporters around the world, but it wasn't for my boxing. So yeah, that's my
Mhm.
introduction, long-winded. Yeah.
Mhm. For sure, yeah. And like now you finally getting your first, influencer boxing match going against, Ben Williams. How did that all come about and why Ben Williams?
I was supposed to fight initially. I've been on the radar for Misfits for a while. Mums has been talking to me for a long time, and I was supposed to fight the main event versus Jarvis
Mhm.
in November. But Jarvis wanted to see more videos, and then when he saw some videos, he was like, "No," he turned it down. So we were
Yeah.
all gunning for Jarvis. I believe it was quite close, but then
Yeah.
he chose an easy fight, so he chose that David guy or whatever he's called.
Oh, B Dave.
The
Yeah.
I don't know his name. It's the other
Oh.
guy with the long hair.
Mhm.
So yeah, they chose him, and you got a nice way, easy win. So that was the original one, and then we went in, and obviously I've told you the other aspect that I don't want public, but yeah,
Mhm.
it was all buzz. Um, and I don't know much about this guy. I heard he's some like amateur guy or whatever. So I was like, cool. You know what? He seems a cool kid. Seems like a nice guy and all that. Seems like he trains hard and he's serious. So why not? Because some of these influencers, they don't train. They have they're very overweight or something like that. And I didn't want to make my debut against somebody that doesn't take anything serious. So Ben looks like he takes it serious. So I was like, hell yeah, let's do it.
Fair enough. Now, what's, finally, you're going to be in January 20th going against Ben Williams. What's the message and goal that you want to send? Not only just to Ben Williams, maybe this whole community.
So community, look, I'm the head of anti-bullying for the WBC. So be nicer to each other. We don't need cheap entertainment where you're pulling people's pants down or throwing cheese in each other's face. That's cheap. There's other ways you can promote. You don't have to swear to people's mothers and fathers. You can keep it classy and still be entertaining. And I've got loads of tricks up my sleeve. You'll see on Fight Week how you can really be entertaining without embarrassing yourself and ruining your own reputation. A lot of these people have ruined their own reputation. It's very,
Hmm.
very cringe. A lot of these people, like what they're doing is like, or what they've done previously, and that's not my
Yeah.
style. I'm not going to go on, ruin my. I've been brought up well. My family have raised me well. I'm a polite person. I'm a gentleman. Do you know what I mean? And I want people to just, yeah, understand you can be creative. See, it's very easy to swear to someone's mother and do all this trashy stuff, but it takes somebody with a bit more brain cells, a bit more creativity to actually do something that doesn't involve trashy swearing, disgusting language or stuff like that. So you're gonna, some of these guys, I feel like they need to be a little bit more creative. and stop yapping. It just looks cheap. You can really promote by doing stuff with a bit of class. You can do that. It is possible.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
yeah, that's one message they need. And the second one is, look, keep chasing your dreams. There's a lot of people on there chasing their dreams, doing big things that were not even supposed to. I mean, you look at someone like Anthony Taylor. He really failed in boxing and MMA. He failed in every sport he tried, but he kept going, and now he's fighting influencers. So he's doing really well. He's never gave up on his dream. So just because you didn't succeed in a couple of fields, it doesn't mean it's over. He was 33 when he started to make some noise. So I like them kind of stories. So it's important for people like that to keep going. You know what I mean? Like, I like
Mm-hmm.
stories like that. So keep going. Doesn't look at Adam Brooks. Adam Brooks is in his 40s, and now look at him. Which is credit to him. He's strong. He's got an inspirational
Mm-hmm.
story, and he just knocked out an absolute monster in Rhino. And I believe at 165, he could be one of the best fighters at 165. So there's so many people there, like for different age groups and different backgrounds, and that's what I love about Misfits, is bringing a lot of people together from different backgrounds that wouldn't normally be together. And this is another thing. Just finally, the people need to also respect that just because in their own little world they've not heard of someone, it doesn't mean that they are nobody. Like, some people in these groups, they don't know who Roy Jones Jr. is. They've never heard of Roy Jones, so they say he's a nobody. Some of them have never heard of Amir Khan or Manny Pacquiao. They haven't heard of these people ever before, so they say, oh, nobody knows who he is. That's not true. If you go on Google, it's very easy to research via Google. But if you go on like other platforms where people have bought a million followers or bought a million subscribers, which they have done, it's quite obvious. But you know what I mean? So sometimes it's about using your brain and not trying to criticize people from the get-go just because you've not heard of them. Because somebody might be 12 or 13 years old, they won't necessarily know who someone like Amir Khan is. It's about just doing your research, being respectful of different people who are in different fields. Like, I mean, to be honest, I wouldn't know if you brought in a famous golfer. I wouldn't know who the famous golfer is. I'd have to Google him, right? So it wouldn't be
Mm-hmm.
right for me to say, oh, he's a nobody. It's just I don't know him. That's all it is. So I wish the community was a little bit more respectful to each other for new people. There's some of these young guys, they don't really know who someone is, and they just say, oh, I've never heard of him. Yeah, but if you do some research, you realize that some people are cool.
Mm-hmm. That's fair, and I want to touch briefly what you said a little bit earlier. One of the questions I was going to ask you is like, tactics about like, promoting, because Misfits is very big on promotion and promotion. Could you go a little bit deeper on like, how what are some tactics that you're going to display to promote yourself to get to garner more attention to your fight?
Well, here's the thing. Right now it's Christmas and New Year.
Yeah.
Christmas and New Year is so frustrating because everybody's not talking. Hey, call us back after January the 2nd, January the 2nd, yeah. All the offices are shut. So the creativity that I had, the ideas that I have, are on
Mm-hmm.
hold. I don't want to spill beans right now because these are my ideas, and I don't
Yeah.
want I know a lot of these guys copy. A lot of them are trying to copy some of my style, some of my story. I've already seen some of that, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to let anybody copy what I'm doing. So I'm keeping my cards close to my chest. I have some very interesting ideas for like the week before and then during the week of promotion. So I'm going to be doing some good stuff there. So I don't really want to expose too much about what I'm doing for promotion, but I am one of the most busy guys right now. I'm promoting more than most of the guys. There's one of them other guys who promotes, but really, I think it's just me, Most Wanted, Fox the G, and I think Small Smartin has done some, and AJ Bunker, and the other girl she's fighting.
Mm-hmm.
There's not everybody is promoting, which I understand people are frustrated that people aren't promoting, but you can't have a go at everyone because not like the main event guys, they've not done much. So you have to point the finger at certain people who are being a bit lazy and not doing their promotion. So I have a funny feeling I know why, but I don't want to
Yeah.
say. I don't want to say, but I think I know why some people are not promoting, but
Mm-hmm.
that's not that's not nice to say. So I'm just not gonna say anything.
Yeah, it's just not. Yeah, I get what you mean. Also, one thing about like your opponent, right? He's also part of Happy Punch. Do you have like, is there going to be any battle, anything that you have against Happy Punch? Are they like?
I really didn't know who they were. I didn't know who Happy Punch were until like
Mm-hmm.
somebody told me like a few days ago, Happy Punch. I go, what's a Happy Punch? Like I
Mm-hmm.
didn't know what it was. Like it's some kind of a website or app that they all use or something. I still don't
Mm-hmm.
understand what they are or what it is. It's not a promotion. Then it's not a boxing company. I don't have no clue what it is. So I have to kind of
Mm-hmm.
like educate myself on it. But it's some kind of a group. I think that some people join on.
Yeah.
I don't know much about this thing, and I don't think many people in my field know what a happy punch is. So I've got to try and like learn a little bit about these things because I've been
Fair.
in this arena, but I've not really heard of this company.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just to get kind of give like a brief description, right? Happy Punch. You know Keem. You know he. What is it? Oh, you don't know Keemstar? No.
No, no.
Oh, okay. Essentially, he. Do you remember Misfit Seven? Have you? Do you remember watching Misfit Seven?
Which one
The
was
one
that?
with like KSI Fournier
Oh
headline.
yeah, I was there. I was there. I was
Okay,
ringside.
yeah, the prelims. So those prelims were like sponsored by them and essentially just like a promotional company that's now turned into like a team or whatever. But
Okay.
yeah, I was gonna say because there was a space yesterday, right? And it was talking about what is it called? It was talking about how what if influencer boxing is dead or not, and it's just going more in depth about how people need to promote. And one person from the Happy Punch team and Donna Corby, who hosts some of the spaces, right? He he talked about how he talked about how there's no storyline. Or Donna Corby Keem, they were talking about how there's no storyline in Misfits 12. And in quote, he said that, wait a second, Keem, talking about the owner of Happy Punch, that if you're not interested in a fight of a guy who loves Lady Gaga, who wears Kanye West shades from 2009, you don't want to see him fight, essentially because they're part of Ben Williams' team. So,
Okay.
what would you say in responding of people not being interested in watching you fight?
Well, who are these people? I've never heard of these people.
Oh,
Who
okay.
said this? Who said this?
So,
The Kanye?
since Ben
Is
Williams is
that
part of the
Donna, the guy,
yeah,
the fat guy?
Donna
Donna,
said
right?
it. Yeah.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay. I think he's been on some spaces. He's like a really weird guy. He's like a strange guy. He's Donna guy. He's bizarre human being. I met him actually. We were in Newcastle for Misfits, for one of the Misfits show. Very strange human being, bizarre human being. Not the kind of person I would talk to, and I don't think many people would talk to somebody like that guy. So his opinion is irrelevant.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, Mums Taylor knows about what I bring to the table, and I've got a lot of potential of growth. So that Donna guy, I mean, I think he's got a lot of problems himself. He needs to focus on his own issues. I mean, he'll probably have some serious health issues if he's not careful. If he keeps going the way he is, so he should probably focus on more of being healthy, going to the gym, going on a diet. Because he looks in seriously bad shape, so he should probably focus more on that than try to be negative and throw some digs because he's trying to help Ben promote and Ben's not promoted, so he's probably feeling insecure about that. But yeah, Donna Corby needs to really fix his life, needs to get things together because we need people healthy. We need people. He's since he's part of this punchy thing, whatever it is,
Mm-hmm. Happy
he
Punch.
needs to
Yeah.
be healthy. If you're not healthy, you can't do your job properly, and he's certainly not healthy. So he probably needs to lay off all the crazy sugar foods that he's eating and all that stuff. He's a very bizarre human being, but I can help him. I will help him get into shape and get him to
Mm-hmm.
learn to be a little bit nicer to people. Just because I'm not on his team, I would never be on someone like his team. He's a very negative, nasty little piece of work. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I have no real interest in what someone like that guy. He's achieved nothing in life. He's not done anything. He's not inspired anyone. He's not done anything positive or productive. He just sits around on his computer. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, bizarre human being.
Fair enough. It's just because I wouldn't mention this if it wasn't for just because Ben Williams, Happy Punch, they're that little team, so they're kind of gonna like help each other out in that aspect. So I was just wondering what you would say because this happened like yesterday of them talking about the
Okay.
Misfits thing. Yeah, and
Well, their guys not promote. So this punchy guys, their guys not promoting. What's he called? Benjamin
mhm,
Williams. He's not promoting. So they're having to do something for it, right? I mean,
mhm,
yeah, like I don't really care about their opinions because their company, no one knows who their company is. Like it's not big at all. Like
mhm,
I don't really care for people who are being negative. Buying followers is a wonderful skill. Buying likes is a wonderful skill, but doesn't really
mhm.
mean anything to me what these people do.
Okay, then yeah. And just to kind of like shift that a little bit, right? Uh after your fight against Ben Williams, who would you want to share the ring next?
Look, for me, it's a good question, but I think that's always a little bit disrespectful to the opponent because that means, you're looking past
Hmm.
the opponent. Ben Williams is a strong guy. He's had lots of fights. He's been active whilst I've been inactive. So, at the end of the day, I can't really look past him. I need to make sure I beat him and beat him in good style and use all the experience that I have training in America and stuff like that. So I need to make a statement. And then after that, we will see what happens. I'll actually have a full training camp. I've not had a full training camp. It's been three
Hmm.
weeks. If I complete the next 2 weeks, it will be 3 full weeks of training that I will have had. So what I will do is once I get the victory versus Ben, is I'll go away. I'll do a full training camp in Florida with Roy Jones, a full one,
Yeah,
no matter how long it takes, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, whatever. And then
respectfully.
after I've
Hmm.
completed my full training camp, that's when I will start looking. Otherwise, you want to put your best foot forward.
Fair. And actually, if this is probably more of a better question of just an opponent that you'd want. Who's your dream opponent that you'd love to share the ring against?
Well, it was Jose Aldo, and we agreed. And this is the thing. This is where Jose Aldo doesn't know who any of these little happy guys are. He doesn't know who any of them are because to him they're irrelevant. In his world, they are non-existent. Me and
Hmm.
him spoke. He knows who I am. We spoke. He wants to fight me. He agreed to fight me. But I said, look, I want to fight on Misfits. I want to make my debut on Misfits. Let's do that. So we changed the thing. Initially, we were pushing for me and him. But I think it was a smarter move to just get a tune up,
Hmm.
fight this 19-year-old or 18-year-old, whatever he is, fight him, get him out the way, and then fight Jose Aldo. He's a good fighter. He's a
Yeah.
legendary guy. He respects me. I DM him. He replies. We talk, and he's a good guy. He's a respectful guy, and yeah, we've
That's
spoken.
fair. That's fair. Were you gonna fight? If you don't mind me asking, like because Jose Aldo in one of his more recent boxing matches was fighting, I believe, underneath Jorge Masvidal's promotion. Were you gonna fight him on Jorge Masvidal's promotion, or it was gonna be on a different one?
No, it was on a different one. That's where Roy Jones was the main event, and obviously
Yeah.
Roy Jones is my trainer and all that. So he actually did the WhatsApp video call where me, Roy, and him were talking, and then we were having a chat, and then one of his other fighters we were just having a chat, and
Yeah.
that's where Jose was like, "Yeah, I'd love to fight you." So there's loads of options. It doesn't have to be Misfits, but I I really want to make my debut on Misfits just because being the original influencer boxer and now this company doing it, it just like I really want to make that debut on there. So yeah,
For
we'll see. It
sure.
could be,
Hmm. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I apologize. I thought you. All right. What is it? May I ask you, right? How just for the other people that may not be familiar of how'd you meet Roy Jones? How did that
well,
come all about?
I was living in Las Vegas in a penthouse at the MGM Signature,
Hmm.
beautiful place, and Manny Pacquiao was fighting somebody I can't remember, maybe Bradley, and Roy Jones was staying in the same building as me. MGM Signature, it's a beautiful place, and then we just started chatting. I said, "Look, I've been on CNN live to 300 million people, and there's people saying I've saved their lives, all this kind of stuff. Literally, that happened a few weeks before, and I'm like." I don't really know. I've obviously got something going. There is a big story, a pop culture story here rather than a boxing story. But I said, I need some guidance. I need some help. And, he was like, all right, cool. He gave me his number and then we spoke. And then, you know, ever since then, we've just been creating. And my pro boxing debut was on Lady Gaga's birthday, which is kind of crazy on his
Oh
undercard in
wow.
Florida. Yeah, he flew me out to Florida before and I won. So it's pretty cool.
Hmm.
Yeah, he's been very, very close friends of mine since then. So it's been about 10 years pretty much that we've been talking almost every day.
Yeah. What's the like biggest lesson from biggest lesson, biggest advice you've gone from Roy Jones through the 10 years that you've been training with him?
It's the mindset. The mindset is very, very important. I've been
Hmm.
really doing a lot of mind work.
Yeah.
And that's the most important thing with him because he gets you focused more. He gets you focused and he makes you think more about um it makes you think more about not being frantic, getting hit hard. and then sparring guys that are like world champion type guys, but not
Yeah.
freaking out if you get hit really hard, keeping your composure and then doing more work smart, rather than being all crazy. And I think all those sparring sessions that I had in Louisiana, Pensacola, Las Vegas, all these
Hmm.
places. Remember, I was there for years and years and years. I wasn't there for 1 week like some of these idiots come. They come over there for like a week and say, "Oh, I trained at the Mayweather gym." No, you didn't. No, you really didn't. You got to
Hmm.
stay there for months and months and months. Yeah, I was one of the first guys to go out there and do it that way. So all these lessons are gonna help me in the ring.
For sure. What about another thing too? Because you said he gives you a lot of advice through a lot of mental work, right? I remember watching KSI. I believe it was the first fight going as Logan or second fight where he played to help a lot with the mental strategy. Was playing a lot of chess or solving a whole bunch of puzzles. Do you do anything like that to kind of help with the brain as well heading into fights or?
Honestly, our training sessions that Roy Jones has is like
Mhm.
it's like a puzzle sometimes. Some of the drills that he does, they're
Yeah.
extremely difficult, and mentally, if you switch off slightly, it all goes. So yeah, we do a lot of different mental drills, but I don't want to say exactly what because
Yeah. Oh no, for sure, for sure. That's no worries. Yeah. And oh man, to I just want to go, one last thing because with like Roy and everything like that. Um, w- with Roy, what is it? How has his like in is this your was this the first was Roy Jones Jr. your first boxing coach? Oh, that you had
no,
or your
well,
second? Okay. So I was gonna say if that's the case, then how would how much better like from Roy Jones has helped you out with boxing and all that compared to your old coaches? I'm not saying the old coaches aren't bad or anything, but like I'm just saying in terms because obviously Roy Jones Jr. a legend and everything like that. You know, how much better have you gotten
much
because of
better.
change?
I
Mhm.
only really started to get good in about 2019. So
Okay.
that's when to understand his system, and his system is very very difficult. But yeah, 2019, and then COVID hit, and then just after that, we back in about 2022, early 22, I started to really get his system.
Mhm.
And his system is really very 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 difficult to get, but he teaches you things that boxing coaches just don't teach you. Freddie Roach, all these other guys, they don't teach you what Roy teaches you. I've had some really good trainers before. Dewey Cooper's a good coach. Jeff Mayweather's a good fun coach, but Roy's training is completely
Mhm.
different. He teaches you things that uh, you wouldn't think of, and I've never seen boxing coaches trained like that. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's very unique, and it's very very smart, calculated training. So yeah,
Okay.
like I
Is it
say,
more like Oh, sorry, keep going. Sorry.
yeah, I would have been thrilled if I could have had a 6 to 8 week training camp in Florida, but this time it wasn't possible. But
Yeah,
certainly for one, we're gonna do that. Yeah.
for sure. Would you say like his training style is like more unorthodox or more unique? How would you
Everything
say?
he about him is unorthodox. Everything in his life,
Mhm.
in his training, everything is very unorthodox. It's very different from the book. So yeah, very very different.
Okay. That's what's up. I think yeah, just getting I think a lot of people, who box would love to like obviously have the opportunity to train Roy Jones Jr. And so for you to have that opportunity, I think is very sick. And especially just how you say, yeah, a very different style of training and everything like that. I think it's very cool to hear about. So that's just amazing. I just got a couple more. I don't want to hold up too much time for you. Just a couple more things. One, because I'm just for the fans that are always familiar with the show. I always do this segment called a one word segment where you just describe these people in one word. It's very simple. Some of them could be your
Okay.
future opponents. They're other people. So I just want you. I'm gonna throw some names out. You describe them in one word. All right. The first person is your opponent, Ben Williams.
Kid,
Kid. All right. This second one is Donna Corby.
uh, emergency,
Emergency. Most wanted.
persistent. He's
Persistent.
very persistent. Where he's always promoting. He's always trying to get his name out there. You got to give him credit.
For sure. Fox of G.
Um, Brave. I say brave because he's moved all the way from the US to here to pursue his dream. You got to really be brave for that. He's left behind his
Oh
girlfriend,
man.
his mother, his father, everything, his culture. And he's come all the way to live with Coach Sol, who's a hell of a trainer. But it's daunting, you know. So he's very brave to do that because I did it the other way. I went to America at 21. So he's doing it at 18. So he's very brave. I have massive respect for that boy.
Oh, for sure. And just before I say a few more like names real quick, just to talk on the Fox thing. I've had Fox on a few times on my show and talked to him like a lot on Twitter Spaces and privately too. I have like seriously the most utmost respect for Fox the G, and even just what you just said exactly, right? Moving to a different country, leaving his family behind for a boxing match is one of the most utmost respect things I could have for someone who's just 18 years old. You know what I mean? Like I understand like legally he's an adult, but like 18 18 years is still young. Like at the end of the day, and just for him to move to a different country for a boxing match and learning a different culture and all that is just utmost respect to the guy. Seriously,
Big time.
Sacri-
Big.
sacrificing a lot. And actually, just sorry, just because this popped in my brain, some of these questions I think when I'm doing these interviews. So I want to
Okay.
ask you one thing because I want to ask Fox this when I hopefully have him on my show before the fight. You know, since he's sacrificed all this stuff, right, for his upcoming fight against Spalsbar and Jay, leaving to a different country and all that, and he's talked about maturing, what since going and training with Coach Soul. Since like he is 18, he's a young kid. But would age really matter in this fight since he's talked about maturing by leaving a different country and everything like that in this upcoming match? Or how would you what would you
I
think?
think look, experience is always invaluable. You know, there's
Yeah.
no can't pay for experience. And
Mhm.
I don't know how many fights Small Spartan J has had, but I know Fox has had 4 fights, I believe, before this.
Mhm.
But the experience is getting under Coach Saul's tutelage with all kinds of crazy sparring partners, all kinds of different styles coming at him and being pushed far beyond his comfort zone. I think is give valuable experience right now, and I think it's going to help him on fight night. So he's being fast experience side of things, you know, because he's getting a lot more experience, a lot better quality experience here than he would have back home. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that fight because both guys are very dangerous. And Small Spartan J is going to really bring it as well. He's no pushover. He's going to swing hard. He's going to do a lot of crazy things. So he's very unpredictable. Is Small Spartan J. So it's going to be a banger of a fight.
Oh, for sure. I can't wait. Just a few more, and we'll go with the final question. But Dean the Great, to describe in one word.
Ah, he is cool.
It's
He's a
cool.
cool guy. He's really cool. Like, he reminds me of a lot of my friends in Florida. He's cool. He's got swag. He dresses cool. He can
Hmm.
fight. I like him. He's got good energy. I like his vibe.
For sure. Jose Aldo,
Legend.
legend. And then lastly, we're gonna go with the CEO, Mams Taylor,
King.
King.
He's a
Perfect.
king, man. He
Hmm.
gives so many people opportunities. He helps so many people. He doesn't have to do this. He really doesn't have to. But yeah, he's a king. He's Mams Taylor. I love Mams Taylor, man. Great guy. Great
Yeah,
guy. He
respect the
gives me a lot
Mams.
of support as well, and I appreciate the support. When I text him or if I give him a voice message or something, he'll always give me a reply, and he makes sure everybody's okay. He's got a big heart. Got it. He is a king, man.
Oh, for sure. No, respect to Mams. I hopefully one day if I get him on the show, I'd love to have that opportunity. But yes, even just talk to him through Twitter Spaces and everything, he's such a kind person to everyone. So like, yes, really respect to Mams 100%. Now, to wrap it up finally here, right? We got to get your fight prediction. All right. What's your fight
Okay.
prediction getting in against Ben
For all the
Williams?
fights or just this
Oh
one?
no, just for your Ben
Okay.
Williams one. Yeah.
Look, I wanna get some rounds under my belt. I don't want it to be a first round knockout. So, ideally, but the thing is, he has an amateur style which is high punch output, so he's gonna come. And if I just throw less punches trying to make it to the fourth, it's not the way to do that because of the way he fights. So I got to make sure that I start quick and I go for the knockout. plus him being with all these other guys. I don't know if and that's for some bizarre reason he's the A side, which I was very surprised at. So I know that
Hmm.
if it does go 4 rounds, they will try to give it to him. So what
Hmm.
I have to do is knock him out. Simple. So I have to hurt him early and I have to press him, put the pressure on him, let him know that I'm there, that I'm the bigger puncher, that I'm the stronger guy. I'm going to be heavier than him on fight night. So I got to show who I am, and I got to control that ring. And I got to really, really press him, make him a tough, rough fight, make him uncomfortable.
Fair enough then. All right. So would you say, you think you're gonna get a knockout against him?
Knockout round two.
Round two knockout. Round two knockout. I'm excited to see the fight, man.
Yeah.
Now, we're at the end of the episode. I just want to say thank you so much for taking time out of your day to hop on. Is there, you have the opportunity now to have the floor, share your, social medias. Now's the time. I can link it in the description when I upload the interview.
Yeah, guys, it's Fez Batista. That's my username. Like I say, check it out. Do some research on my story. I try to inspire as many people as I possibly can. Chase your dreams. Go out there. Be kind to each
Hmm.
other, but be creative. And yeah, I want to see your viewers. A lot of them go on Misfits, no doubt. Dream big. And yeah, support the event. And my ticket link will be here. Hopefully in the link. And yeah, just go check it out. It's going to be a great show, the lead show, and I'm going to bring in new people into Misfits. My fans are completely different. They don't know what Misfits is, so I'm trying to introduce them to it. So the community will grow, certainly. And you're going to have different age groups with different types of people from all over come in. So yeah, we've got some great promotion lined up. So tune in and just support each other, man. It's great to have the views, but interaction is good. I'll get tens of thousands of views, but people need to interact a little bit as well to let us know how you're feeling, even if it's negative, even if somebody's like a Donna Corby and they're very, very sick. But it's still good that he's given his view. It's very important that people give his views. So yeah, give your views, interact, let us know what you're thinking, and it helps the fighters when the fans tell us what they are feeling or what they want. It helps, and also just give the new guys a shot. Have a look at the new guys before dismissing them.
Hmm. Fair enough then. Yeah. If you guys really want to see him fight, he's going to be fighting January 20th on Misfits 12. Everyone got to get to know. My God, I can't speak today. Everyone finally has, learned more of, who Fez Batista is. So, like I said, thank you so much for, hopping on once again for the show. Anyways, end of the year goal, because by the time I upload this, it should be 2024. So happy New Year to everyone. Hopefully by the end of the year is 1,000 subscribers. So please hit the subscribe button and let's get to that goal. Anyways, I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.